Hello, my name is Zone Harkness. I'm a developer at Rendered.ai, and this is a video tutorial on how to prepare assets for use in the Rendered.ai platform. So to get started, we'll want to get an asset, a 3D model, and I picked one out here on the website Sketchfab, which is a pretty handy website for getting 3D models, especially free ones. And I picked out this A340 here, and I'm going to download it down here with this button, and we'll get some format options. I suggest going with GLTF as it's kind of a universal format, and it'll kind of make things easier for consistency's sake. So I'd suggest going and downloading that, and I've already done so, and I have it locally here. And so we have the GLTF format here, which currently can't be uploaded to the platform itself. It needs to be turned into a blend file. And to do that, let's open up Blender. And in Blender, go up to File, Import, GLTF. Go to the folder we were just in. Get the scene.gltf, which should be our plane. And currently we're inside the plane. And if we zoom out, we can see that it is way too big. So let's shrink it down. Let's go back to over here. And to do this, it's easiest to go up to View, Sidebar. And from here, we can change the scale. We can click and hold and then drag down to get all these highlighted in black. Let go. And now we can put in a scale value for all of these objects in here that are highlighted in orange. And so we can do, I'd say 0.025, press enter, and the plane has been shrunk down. And now it should be at the right dimensions. A lot of files will be too big when you bring them in. Sometimes they'll be the right size, but you may want to experiment around to make sure that the object is the scale you expect it to be. So after doing that, what we want to do is make sure that the object has textures. Sometimes they don't. We can go up here to the top right to viewport shading. And now we can see that it does have textures, which is good. And so the next thing we want to do is to rotate it. It's currently facing on these different colored lines. It's facing the X axis and specifically the positive X direction up here in this gizmo. And that's incorrect for our purposes. To make sure that the object faces forward, we need it to go along this green line, the y-axis, and specifically the negative y-axis. And if you don't, then the object will be put in sideways, is say from overhead. It would be like this if it was supposed to be on the runway. And so to do that, we want to go over here to this rotate tool, get this blue axis here. It's suggested to do control so that we get this locked into specific degrees here. And we want to rotate it this way. In the top left, you might see rotation -90 global. That's the indication of what direction we've rotated this and how much. And so we can let go once it's there. And from there, we can apply this rotation. If we don't do that, the scale and rotation we just did, they won't be considered when this blend file is used. So we want to make sure that that's not the case. We go up to Object, Apply, All Transforms. And now those changes that we made are going to be considered when it's actually used at runtime. And you can see that over here that these are all 1 and 0 and whatnot. So that's good. And you'll notice here it says quaternion. This actually is an issue. This rotation scheme for quaternions will cause some problems. Not all objects that you bring in have this, but this one does. And to fix that, you'll want to go down here to this orange object properties button. Click that and change the mode here from quaternion to XYZ Euler. And that's just important because our system uses Euler rotations rather than quaternions. And so if it tries to rotate something in the wrong coordinate mode, then it won't actually rotate. So once you've done that, that should fix all those problems with that. And so we can make sure that that's applied here. Another thing we have to do is we have to select everything. You can do so with select all, and everything's highlighted. And from there in the top right, we want to make sure that this little Y shape here is underneath this collection and properly like this. And so that means it's actually inside the collection. And so once it's in there, I just dragged it in there. We can rename it to A340, A340. And from there, I think that's everything that we have to do for this model here. And so to get it to be saved, we have to go up to File. And the first thing you want to do is set the external data automatically pack resources. If you click that, it says pack to files. And what that does is it actually packs in the textures. If you don't do that and you save the file and move it around, the 3D information will move, but the textures won't. And so you'll end up with a blank object with like pink textures on it that are just showing missing textures. So to make sure that doesn't happen, you make sure to do external data, automatically pack resources. This is a common thing to forget. So just want to make sure it's highlighted. And then from there, you can just save the file. Save it as A340. Already got one here. And you're done. That's all you have to do to prepare a file for using the platform. So thank you for watching. I will continue this in a video to show how to take this file and add it to the platform itself. So stay tuned for that, and thank you.